Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome into the A3 studio. We have an awesome segment planned for you. I'm Lisa Carlin, and alongside former NWSL champion Darian Jenkins and former Scottish international and NWSL player Jen Beattie, we are talking NWSL and internationals happening right now in the league, because arguably these are the most internationals that we have in the NWSL this season, and they're also the most influential. So I had my girls rank the top 5 internationals right now. This is in this moment, not last year, not of all time, but right now. So Jen, Darian, are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's cook. I'm here to see what Jen's got.
Let's do it. I'm a little excited. I'm a little nervous. Jen, you're kicking us off. Number 5.
I am, yeah. I've gone Barbra Banda. And look, I know she might not necessarily be having the season we all saw last season, but look, still 4 goals, 1 assist already for Banda. Orlando team still not playing again like we've seen last season. But when she's on the pitch, I still think anything can happen. I think her strength, pace, unmatched in this league. I feel she's still up there in the top 5. She takes my number 5 spot.
I love the Banda shout, because I think from last year to this year, we saw her game grow a lot. I think last year was reliant a lot on her speed, them just countering, whereas now we're seeing her set everybody else up for success, and she's connecting a lot more. So I like that. I like the number 5.
But forwards are supposed to score goals, guys.
She's got 4.
She's got 4.
Hasn't scored any in 4 of her last 6 games.
It's been tough.
We're talking right now in the NWSL. Yes, we're keeping Banda there?
Top 5 for me still. She can still, she'll go on and produce more, no facts.
Okay. All right, Jen. You're the international here that played in the NWSL. We'll give it to you. Okay, number 4. Who do you have?
I have gone Debinha. I think for me, Debinha for me is one of my favourite players to watch in this league. I think her technical ability, I think it's one of the hardest positions on the pitch, that forward midfielder. It's the quality of pass, the weight of pass, the way she puts it on a platter for teammates. I think she's one of my favourite players in this league. One of the best internationals. She takes my number 4 spot.
I love her mean mug, too. I have to say, Debinha is probably one of my favorite players I've ever gotten to play with, and a nightmare to play against. So I like the shout.
Guys, number 4?
The first 2,
number 4, we're talking MVP caliber
The first 2, it's tough because they're not in the best form. I think their teams aren't in the best form that we've seen them in, but we have such high expectations, and I think that they'll measure up. But I want to see how the rest of this pans out, because there will be some honorable mentions.
You're not saying that Debinha is outperforming her expectations right now? Everyone is talking about her being an MVP. She's setting up her teammates. She's scoring goals herself.
I think statistics-wise.
I think she's going to rack them up.
Suddenly I'm a numbers girl. Suddenly I'm a numbers girl. I think she's going to rack them up, but it's going to come. Both of these teams, Orlando and Kansas City, everybody has their eyes on them. Everybody's playing their best games against them. So the fact that they're still showing out, I think, is a really good sign.
Debinha pulls all the strings for Kansas City, defensively, offensively. She is the defender on Kansas City as a forward that tracks back the most. She regains possession for her team, and then she kickstarts the attack. So I'm a little nervous who you guys have at 1, 2, and 3 if Debinha is 4, Jen.
No, that's a good point. But no, you're right. That midfield, centre of the pitch, it's breakdown of plays, tackles, transitions, reading the game, being in the right position. She tops it all for me. So she's still taking 3rd position, though.
Okay, well, who do you have, Darian? I think you did number 3 for me.
I am going with the defender, everybody. I know. What the hell is happening? Bernal. I think that she has been a standout for me with the Washington Spirit. Statistically wise, not the flashiest. She's not getting up in the attack, but I think we would do a disservice to a defender. Both of you defenders here. How am I the one that's picking a defender? But I think her coming into the Washington Spirit, we all had questions of how is she going to fit in? Where is she going to be effective? Is she going to take over a spot between Esme Morgan and Tara Mikion? She's slotted right in between them. She's brought leadership. She's brought bite. Her ability to dribble out of the back, I think, has made everybody around her better. So I'm going to give Bernal the shout, because I think she's not someone that we talk about enough. She's sort of an unsung hero for the Washington Spirit and the international sphere that we're in right now.
I mean, defenders tend to be under-talked about, Darian.
I'm giving you your flowers.
We're working on it. I love this shout for Rebeca Bernal, because you're exactly right. Her tactical flexibility playing in the center back role, she can play as a central center back in a 3-back. She can play in a dual 4-back. She also at times slots up a little higher into a defensive midfield 6 role for Washington when they need her, and they're sending numbers forward. She can break lines with really good balls forward, kickstart the attack. This was a good shout. So that was number 3?
Yep.
Yep. All right, number 2, D. Hit us.
I am going with Delphine Cascarino. Ale, 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 San Diego. She has been absolutely killing it. 2 goals, 3 assists on the year so far. I think just watching her, I got to play against her in France, and the way that she glides on the ball and she breaks down attack, whether she's dribbling inside or going end line, going to goal herself, is probably the most effective footballer on the ball that we have, I think, in this league. Actually, I'll go ahead and say I'll say in this league, actually, because I just thought of Carolyn Graham-Hansen. But she's one of the best dribblers to me that we have right now. And I don't think we've seen anybody be able to shut her down. She's unlike anyone we've seen in this league. I think she's elevated San Diego when we all had such doubts about them at the beginning of the year. And she just makes everybody look so effective in the attack. And she's just elegant and graceful. So I love her play. So I had to give her the number 2 shout.
You're agreeing, you're with her?
Oh, big fan, massively. I think for me as well, having worked with Jonas Eidevall coming into this league, sustained attacks is huge. Keeping that ball in the final third. And for me, it's her decision making. It's when to put the ball in the box, when to hold it, play backwards. It might look like a negative, but you keep the ball, sustain the attacks, keep the pressure on that back line, whoever you're playing against. And she does that so well. So that's a coaching thing that now that I've seen it being implemented is working really well.
How much of the style that Jonas Eidevall is implementing at San Diego plays into how Cascarino wants to play and how she's been so influential this year?
Yeah, I think he's a really great blend of this sort of possession-based style of play, but being really direct when the moment's on. And I think that's an education that comes day in, day out, coaching, learning that. It's the hardest blend to kind of have that balance. And I think you can see that happening with his forward players. Leon's another one that I think's dealt really well with Jonas Eidevall coming in, but Cascarino for sure is performing unbelievably well this season.
I think Eidevall was really smart about bringing so many French players to his team as well, because they've completely changed the way that San Diego plays. I think this technical, tactical flexibility where you have that counter press in the attack is so fun to watch, but I think those players kickstart all of that, and they have such good chemistry with each other between Dali, Moroni, and Cascarino.
It's all these internationals bringing different flares and different techniques into the game. And San Diego is playing some of the best footballing soccer in the NWSL right now with how they're keeping possession and the variety in which they're scoring goals, which is surprising coming into this season. Okay, number 1. Jen, who is the number 1 international right now?
I think we both agreed, right?
Yep.
We both agreed Esther.
Our girl.
Oh!
Just what season she's having. 7 goals, 7 games. I think especially having last year with all the names of Chwenga and Banda scoring the goals. I think for a striker, she dealt with some injuries, couldn't really get consistency. She's flying this season. I think she can score goals from anyway, whether it's close touches in the ball, far range. I think she's a box player. And I think what a player she's been for Gotham this season. She's scoring 7 from 7. That's not a bad start for a striker.
It's insane. And the fact that when she scores 1 goal, you think she's probably going to score another because she loves to score a brace. I think she has 6 already with Gotham in her couple of years playing in the league.
It's crazy.
But to me, her stature, she's not a big player. She's one of the smallest players on the pitch. But when you're a defender and you're having to try to figure out how to block her, in the 18, so many times she scores goals and we're like, how is she open on the pitch? Why was nobody marking her? But it's her intelligence. I think she's probably one of the smartest 9s that we have in the world. In her movement, she uses her physicality in all of the right ways. And I love that she's also a build-up player. She's not just a 9 that sits on the back line. She helps build in the attack. So Esther, for sure, number 1.
Yeah, she's been lethal for Gotham and scoring goals, unstoppable truly right now. The reigning MVP of the NWSL, Temwa Chwenga, is not on your list.
It's right now, Carl. It's right now. And she's Temwa Chwenga, of course. I think if we had a 6th place.
You could say the same for Banda.
We could say the same for Banda.
We had a lot who were missing out.
Yeah, honorable mentions, let's say, honorable mentions. I'm going Kenza Dali as my number 1 because I think, again, Ale San Diego. She has been crushing it. She's so effective in the attack. I love that we have more set piece takers that are scoring goals in the NWSL. And of course, Chwenga's going to be one. But she's been injured recently. She didn't start the other day. I mean, come on.
You're annoyed at this.
I'm just saying, in terms of Banda and Chwenga, you could argue that their stats right now, you're big into the numbers today, Darian, they're the same as of this point in the season. And still, if Chwenga is injured, she comes off the bench, plays 30 minutes, she's still going to impact the game in a positive manner for Kansas City, one of the best teams in the league right now.
30's not 90.
30's not 90, Darian.
Can I put a GK in there?
Yeah,
please.
Lorena for me. I think multiple shutouts this season so far. performed incredibly well, keeping her team in some big ties. So I had to get a G. If I had put a GK in there, Lorena would be in there.
Jen, you made the rules. You could have done whatever you wanted today.
Jen did have 3 out of 5. I only have 2.
I like that shout for Lorena. She has been tremendous coming into the NWSL, the Brazilian international goalkeeper. She didn't even speak English when she came to Kansas City. It barely, very minimal words. And she said, I'm diving right in. I'm going to learn the language. I'm going to try it. Imagine that, playing in a center back role and your keeper isn't even speaking the same language as you.
100%. Some of the best goalkeepers I've ever played in front of are so good at communicating, right, constantly for 90 minutes. And those little bits of information are vital when you're in a back line. So for her to not speak English coming into this league and learning it really fast and performing the way that she has done, incredible.
Well, I think this is incredible. You guys are incredible. I like these. The top 5 internationals right now in the NWSL. If you liked this, we did it last week with U.S. Women's National Team superstars McCall Zerboni and Kelly O'Hara, except we did defenders last time. So go check that out. It's across the YouTube page of Attacking Third. And don't forget, guys, if you like women's soccer coverage, Attacking Third has you covered Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. live on YouTube Eastern Time. And of course, every weekend following the NWSL match, we go live, we talk about them, we recap them. Watch on YouTube.